Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Get up and sing. That's right, Annie 7. And listen to those little birdies singing their happy tune. Auntie Jean, we missed you yesterday. Good morning. Hi, Kathy Hand, Brandy, Sally and Tony, Annie, Brookie, Dylan, Max. Yes. They have already been out chasing squirrels this morning. Good morning, Andrew Greg. Hi, Kathleen. Oh, Kathy, I hope you're feeling so much better. All right. Well, it is Friday, so let's hear those yays. But first, let's do the heart brain together. So hand on the heart, and everybody's present and accounted for in the room. So they're going to do the heart brain with me, I think. Moose is going to play with a squeaky toy for us. So hand on the heart and breathe in and release it out slowly. This time, let's make some noise on that out breath. Really let it out. So breathe in deeply into your lungs. Really wake up your lungs, wake up your body, wake up other people in the house. Wake up the doggies and the cats. So this time, put that smile on your face because Spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. And then bring somebody into that heart center with you. Give them a big old hug and say, thank you. I love you. Doesn't that feel good? And we have more people. Who do we have? Catherine Kovacs. Good morning to you. And I saw Deirdre come in. Lynn Marie. Hi, darling. And Julie. Oh, Julie, you got the snow. We knew it was going to happen. We just didn't know when. Well, it's not hot here in Florida, just so you know. It's in the 40s this morning, the low 40s even. So, yeah, it got a little chilly here while I'm here. Yep, Moose says hello to everybody. He's a little pistol this morning already. I tell you what, man, this dog can flat out run. They're out chasing squirrels up a tree this morning. The poor little squirrel. I'm so glad that it had a head start on them, or it would have been toast. But yeah, they've been out playing. They've Now he's going to serenade us with his squeaky toy. And Sally's Friday is that she got to sit with Brandy for a little while yesterday. She's ATM, amazing energy. She is amazing energy. I love my Brandy girl. And I want to give kudos to Brandy and thank you for helping me yesterday. Brandy helped me a little bit. I was working on both books. It was a little overwhelming, so I reached out for help and she gladly gave it to me. So, Brandy, I appreciate that. And I do have more things I need help with, you guys. So, anybody that's willing to pitch in, if you have the time and the energy and the wherewithal, just let me know because, yeah, they're coming along. That tiny book, oh my gosh, I'm going to love this one, I think. Just already seeing the messages flow into it. It's just beautiful. Blue says, good morning. I have coffee. I have coffee. Cheers. Also, it seems the qualifying round of Kitty Olympics was this morning. Kissy won't let me near him. I now think he is so tired he just sleeps. Oh, sweetheart. Giving some love to our gizmo. I do have projects for you, Brandy. Thank you for offering. Yay, yay, yay. And we are 18 here. Yeah, I see 17. It just kind of vacillates between the numbers. Leo, good morning. And Michelle Landers, hello to you. Moose, don't eat the plant. It's not real. He's eating a plastic plant. Good morning, Linda Lemieux. Oh my gosh. And Kathy says, happy Friday. I took off today. I need to take Scooby to the vet. He hasn't been right since he had fleas early in November. After 2 baths, we finally took care of the fleas, but now he's tortured by itching and scratching like crazy. It may be allergies. It somehow caused a couple of seizures, plus he's been having problems with steps. Oh, our sweet Scooby-Doo. There's a product I used to use on my dog's Skin So Soft that would help with the fleas and with the itching. I don't know if they even make it anymore, but that's what I used on my dogs when they would get fleas. What else we got? Blue says, now that I'm coming up for air, I'm going to open Christmas and birthday cards. Yay! Lynn Marie says, wow, just closed my eyes, saw a lot of people come in, walk by at the Thrill in all white gowns, just walking on through. No idea who or what they are, but it was interesting. Well, I know there's a lot of energy that walks through this house where I'm at. So I don't know if you were experiencing them coming through the screen. They're sometimes curious about what I'm doing, and the doggies see them all the time and bark at them. And yeah, animals are like that. They see spirit before we do. Okay, I think I said hello to everyone. Like I said, the books are taking up the majority of my time right now. So if you are texting me or reaching out to me, it might take me a minute to get back to you because, wow, it's been so interesting. And I had a little bit of an eye issue, just a little infection that I'm dealing with and trying to get rid of. And so that made it even more difficult to sit for hours and work on the books, but it's getting done. Brandy, they still make it. It repels mosquitoes. Yes, it does. I used it on my skin for the mosquitoes and on the dogs for fleas. So I know it worked well. Leo says, I give Credilio pills for my cats, 1 pill every 6 months. They never get fleas. I've never heard of that, but if it works, all right. 25 degrees, expecting a little snow today and then winter storm on Monday. So I guess the 18 was degrees and not people. Now we have 19 people, and that's okay. Let's see, I think I got all of you coming in and say good morning and do our check-in, see what's happening. Cold, cold, cold is what's happening. Sally says, after flea treatments, I put a quarter teaspoon of coconut oil in their food. It works better than anything I've found. Awesome. Kathy says, I've heard of Skin So Soft by Avon. I'm pretty sure they still make it, and it's used in some insect repellents. It's a great insect repellent, and your dogs, your animals will smell so good with it. Brandy is our research librarian and editor. Brandy is awesome. So, yeah, I'm getting ready to spell check and not so much grammar check, because sometimes the angels say things a certain way and they want it that way. So I don't want any changes made in what the angels say, but just in what I type in, which sometimes like one eye open, one eye closed when I type those messages. My part of it anyway. All right, so last night they talked about walking in trust in tough times. And, we've already had some pretty tough things happen this year. So I needed to sit with the angels and just express some grief and some what the heck moments. So the title of last night's message to us is Walking in Trust in Tough Times. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of overcoming it. And that's a quote from Helen Keller. I've thought a lot in the last couple of days about trust. It's easy to trust God when it's easy, when things are going smoothly. Trust is more than being in a state of okayness, though. That's my word. Even when I don't understand the happenings in the world that shake me to the very core, I choose to trust the promises of God and the angels. Things have been upside down and sideways lately, and there's a lot of questioning about why these events are taking place. Each of us must ask if we trust, even when it's hard to do so, when we feel we are going through hell in our lives. I've been the observer, as have so many others, of evil acts against our fellow beings. The things that don't make sense to us can shake us to the core if we allow them to. The angel said to me many years ago to stop questioning why. Every time I forget their instructions, I find myself going down a rabbit hole and thus allowing doubt and fear to set in. Staying in trust is not always easy, but it is much better than what happens when we get caught up in questioning with no answers. Dear angels, suffering in its many forms touches us all at some point. It may come as personal loss, health challenges, global crises, or moments when the weight of life seems almost unbearable. We live in a world where pain is evident, whether in our own hearts or in the lives of those around us. Yet, amid the brokenness, I know we can find a quieter truth pulsing beneath the surface, telling us that the world is equally full of healing, love, and triumph. Dear ones, every dark moment carries the seeds of light. Think of a seed buried in the ground, surrounded by darkness, unseen and unheard, yet full of life waiting to emerge. With patience and nourishment, it breaks free, reaching toward the sun. So too do you grow through your struggles. Suffering has a way of unearthing parts of you that you didn't know existed, courage that you thought was lacking, compassion you hadn't yet tapped into, and a strength that moves you to rise even when falling feels easier. Look around, and you'll find countless stories of people who have faced unimaginable pain, yet found ways to transcend it. Survivors of war and famine rebuilding their communities, individuals overcoming personal loss to become beacons of hope for others, and everyday heroes showing kindness in moments when it's most needed. These stories are testaments that while pain is inevitable, it's not the end of the story. As you navigate your own path, may you remember the beauty of resilience within you. Though the world may be full of suffering, choose to walk together in the truth that is also brimming with hope, love, and endless opportunities for healing. Every tear shed, every wound endured, brings with it the possibility of renewal and rebirth. Remember these words from the scriptures. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. Dear angels, today I promise to walk in trust, even in the midst of chaos and confusion that shows up in the world. I think I needed that message. I was shaken by the events that have happened over the last couple of days. And, there's no answer to the evil that man does toward man. And it's going to happen. It's been proven throughout time that there's going to be the chaos, and we're going to be confused by it, and people are going to do hateful things to one another. And when it feels like the country is under attack, then we go down that rabbit hole of, am I safe? So that's when the trust factor really has to kick in for us. That's when we say, I can't do it myself, God. I can't do anything about this except pray and turn it over. And that's exactly what I have been doing. And then the angels reinforce that it's so easy to trust when everything's going our way. But when it's not, then that's when it gets a little more difficult to say, all right, I still trust you, God. So they're asking us just to fall back on that trust. All right, so let me read your comments, and then we'll get a Kuan Yin card motivating us today. Blue says, we're still talking about fleas. Okay, you give your Sympatica. It's pricey, but it kills fleas and any itchy stuff. Okay. I'm trying to get Kuan Yin out of the box. Kathy says, I'd like to be a co-editor. I'm really good with spelling and such. Plus, I have that scientific mind that likes to research. Oh, thank you, Kathy. And the Fae are wearing glasses like yours and nodding sagely at Sassy Pants. Brandy, my Friday is this family and all the relationships I'm making and love and education I'm receiving. I'm not used to it at all and appreciate it so much. You all have helped save me. Love you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of us. And Sally says, because the itching now, it's internal more than external. The flea meds and shampoos are causing skin to dry out. Replenishing the moisture from inside out will help in the long run, too. Hi, Krista May. Thank you for being with us. And Catherine, Michael's mom passed away yesterday, and please keep us in your prayers. Absolutely, Catherine. Thank you for letting me know that in a message. And that way I could lift up lift up your family last night, and especially Michael. Kathy says, I've been going through some trying times at work, lots of struggles, and only being singled out for things I didn't do quite right instead of all the things I did do while coworkers were out sick. I've made the decision with Bob's support that if I do not get positive recognition and a better than average raise after my review this month, that I will hand in my 2 weeks notice. It's been coming, Kathy, and I know that it's getting to that time. I'll check in with the angels if you would like and see if they have any input in that. Okay, so we're holding our Catherine up in prayer. And Sally says, I've been shaken up for almost 2 years now, ever since my mom passed. I'm beginning to feel like a martini, shaken, not stirred. I hear you, Sally. Yeah, last year was such a tough year for many of us. And, my family suffered loss and are still going through that grief process. Okay. So you started Scooby on a probiotic. Good. Probiotics are so important. All right. We have Dawn Garfield watching. Awesome. Hi, Dawn. All right. Let's see what Kuan Yin has to say to us. So I just would like some feedback on story time and what you felt, if it was a message that you needed to hear, because I think that was really for all of us, to just figure out, can I trust in this moment, or am I going down that rabbit hole and ignoring what the angels have to say to me? All right, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say this morning. My brother's lilies from his funeral are smelling up my whole house. Oh, I love that smell. Brookie says, thank you for the great message. Always good to be reminded. So many possibilities of what is actually going on with the world right now. Faith in the most beautiful outcome and feeling it real are of utmost importance. Yeah. Okay. So Kuan Yin says, change is in the air. And so is the book Changes for anybody that wants to jump into it. Sometimes we take things for granted and forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. Growth does often seem improbable, yet it happens every day in many ways. So too is something growing in your life that seems, at the moment, unlikely or impossible, yet it will happen anyway. Have faith, trust your feelings, and relax. Change is in the air. I love this one. Change is in the air, and I think there's going to be more tumult, more things that are not to our liking that's going to be coming up, but it is going to settle down. That's what the angels have shown me. But we're not done with all of the chaos yet. But the change that's coming is a lot bigger than the chaos that's being created. Yes, to feel safe, Lynn Marie. That's exactly what we all need right now, because these things do shake us. And I thought of my beautiful friend Sherry Myers, who lives in New Orleans, where one of the tragedies happened, and all of the upset and the chaos. She does so much good in that town, and this just really has shaken a lot of people there. Andrea needed to hear a powerful message. Thank you. Kathy says, that would be awesome. I've been asking for signs from my guides. Yesterday was the number 444, 444, and it was another day when I had to do the most of the work. Supervisor left early. I worked half an hour overtime. Yeah, just keep notes. Just take note of what you're doing, and that way, when you're not rewarded for the time that you put in and the extra effort, then at least you have a record of it, of what you did, and how you went overboard trying to help out when they needed that extra help. And Blue says, always, Terry, your stories always reflect something going on with me or something I am going to encounter. And blessings. Thank you, Blue Jean. And Kathy, yes, the message both yesterday and today hit me like a ton of bricks. And yes, change is definitely in the air. It is. Thank you, Kuan Yin. And Sally says, not by far, but this too shall pass. Absolutely, it will. Kathy Caputo, we all need that reminder. Some people are asking me, including myself, but why? Unfortunately, I can't answer that question either, but Terry's reminder is the only answer. Trust. I don't remember exactly what year it was that they started telling me to stop asking why. They said, just stop it, because you're not going to know all the answers to everything. And there's going to be some things that you're just going to shake your head and not understand because it doesn't make sense. And the more we try to make it make sense, the more frustrated we get and the more irritated we become. Just like little moose trying to find something out the window, right, Moose? But you can't get to it because there's a glass there. And that's the thing. Sometimes we can see the happenings, but we can't get to the heart of it. We can't touch it. We can't change it because we can't change anybody. And once we realize that, then we can stop being so frustrated because we can't change it and just go into the trust factor of, okay, I know that the universe has my back. I know I'm okay. And the doggies, I think, are still seeing the squirrel outside. So I think that's what all the commotion is about. Brandy, I thought it was silly that I felt so much applied to me. They talked to all of us, Brandy, and it's an understanding that when that kicks in, it makes more sense that we are all one. We're all part of this one collective. And when we can really go into oneness, then we get it more. All right, Jasper, come on, come over here. Jasper wanted to be heard this morning. Marisol, good morning. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. She's 92 years old. How awesome. Thank you for joining us. And Brookie says, wow, I missed a lot of that message, but just read it. And wow, super profound. Seeds from the darkness. Most seeds do need that dark time to really start to grow and expand. And so do we. We need our dark times just like we need the light. Yeah. Blue says, I keep getting a 9 or 2025 is a 9. It's completion. I am concerned what that means. Now, don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't ask the why. Just say, what do I need to know? And Michelle Landers does a really good job at sharing the numerology with us of each month, each year. So I know she did it already on the 1st on Enlightened World Network. And 9, even though it's a year of completion, it means that there's something new coming. That's the change. So get into that energy of, although there's a change. Oh, here's Michelle. Awesome. Michelle says, yes, the world. Jasper, come on. The world is a 9-year. Intense emotional endings, but the promise of new beginnings and more compassion and so much more to this year. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you for what you do for us every month, giving us our numerology. And Kathy said, probably the first time in my working career, I did not feel guilty about calling off. I'm sure my supervisor will have a field day picking on me for how I handled things yesterday. Well, let's pivot away from that thought. Thoughts are so powerful. And I'm not picking on you, Kathy. I'm just using that as an example that when we say words or when we create an experience that hasn't even happened, we are creating it to happen. So instead of going for the worst possible outcome when we think about things that are going on, go to the best possible outcome. Wouldn't it be great if your supervisor recognized your hard work from yesterday? Wouldn't it be great if she sees how much you are needed and how important you are in doing the work that you do, because right now you're not there to do that. And so there's an opportunity for her to see how much you do at the company. So we can always pivot from that thought that something is wrong or will go wrong. We have no idea what's going to happen in the next minute. We have no idea what's going to happen in this year, other than what the signs are there for us. So thoughts, your words, they become things. So say it in a way that's positive and uplifting, and that will bring a better outcome, more close to what you desire to have happen. And watch what happens then. Watch the miracle that takes place. Okay, let's see what else we got. Prachetta, good morning. Good morning, and thank you for being on here with us. Yeah, we're all in a 9-year, Brookie. That's the year 2025. And Michelle has a lot of great information for us about that year. You can find her video on Enlightened World Network. And I encourage everybody to watch that. And Kathy says, the only person I feel sorry for and pray for is my coworker, Ashley. She's been through so much. She most recently had an ectopic pregnancy, a non-viable baby, and she's so down with lots of loss in her family, too. I care a lot about Ashley like a daughter. Oh, sweet one. Yes, let's lift Ashley up. I'm not sure if she's in our prayer list, but I think she might be. I know your coworkers are as a group, so I'll make sure that Ashley's on there. And Michelle says, yes, I read that. Our world is in a 9-year. Okay, so if you have any other prayer requests, go ahead and put them in there. Marisol, you keep seeing 334 and 444 and 1010, 1111. Yep, I've seen all of those just this past day as I was working on the tiny little book that's being created, and can't wait to get that into everyone's hands. It's coming along really fast. I would say it's more than a third of the way done already. So I need to have it complete because I'll be traveling soon and won't have as much time to work on it while I'm on the road. And that's why I've been reaching out and asking for help from people so I can get that done ASAP. Kathy says, I really do appreciate your numerology each month. I always share it with my family. Oh, awesome. And Prachetta says, ma'am, kindly give us a positive affirmation for the year 2025. Well, what I have been saying is that we are going to thrive in 2025. And I believe that. You know, yesterday the angels gave us an affirmation. And I actually did channel some beautiful energy coming in from them on yesterday's morning cuppa. So if you want to watch it, pull it up and rewatch yesterday's cuppa at the prayer time at the very end, because they did a beautiful, beautiful job of bringing energy into us for this coming year. And call on those angels. Yesterday's message was very powerful from them. Kathy says, wow, Terry, that does change everything. I embraced the pivot and I am now smiling. Yay! I love that. Prachetta, a monthly affirmation. Yeah, that's what they did yesterday. They did that beautiful activation to the angel energy for all of us. So I say every month on the first of the month, let's do an affirmation. And Prachetta, I don't know if you're going to be able to watch the angel awareness, the triple A, where I'll be teaching about the angels on Wednesday night, once a month, the second Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not sure what that translates to for you, but it is online, so you'll be able to watch the replay, and you'll be able to come on to Zoom with me where we talk about what's going on with the angels and get messages from them. Okay, who is Sherry that came in? I'm not seeing these people, Linda. I'm not sure where they are, but somebody named Sherry is here. Okay, Deirdre, thank you for our daily prayer. And it's a 9 personal year for you, Brookie. Oh, awesome. A year of completion. She's on our list. Ashley Miller. Yes, that's right. She is. Auntie Jean says, remember what Mark Twain said? I've lived through great disasters and horrible experiences, most of which never happened. Me too. I can really take that for my own, Auntie Jean, because there's been so many times I envisioned the very worst, that something disastrous was going to happen to me or to others in my life or to the world. And I would get into a fear mode with it. Oh, Sherry Otis is watching. Hi, Sherry Otis. Thank you for watching this morning. Then listen to Michelle for the second time on the first. She's got awesome info for everyone. Yes, she does. Absolutely. We got lots of messages this morning. Yes, Michelle is extremely talented. I just love you so much, Michelle. All right, so let me get Deirdre's daily prayer up for us. Prayers for all humans. For Gaia, thank you, Moose. For all who live on her back. For world peace. Attention to human trafficking. Support for all families living with addiction. And prayers for our country. Jasper, stop. Jasper. A little bit of a tug of war with the doggies going on. Okay. All right, so we've got Brandy, prayers for my brother's 4 children. Some of you know he committed suicide New Year's Eve, and prayers for anyone who has had suicide touch their lives. Thank you, Brandy. We lift up your whole family. Perchetta says, grateful and gratitude prayers for my dearest, beautiful fairy Terry Nam. Good health and happy prayers for my dearest Angelic River family. Prayers for our dearest Diane Allison Beiersdorfer. Kindly be happy, be blessed, lots and lots of love. Yes, we remember Diane and all of her family as she is now in spirit form. Brookie, you haven't slept much these past couple of nights. Me either. I was working on the book until around 4 o'clock this morning, I think. Kathy says, please say extra prayers for Alba. She's in the hospital with pneumonia. Also for my elderly cousin, Charlotte. She keeps falling now, and I'm working with her to realize she can't stay alone anymore. She really needs a nursing home. It's a very difficult time for her as the realization sits in that we'll have to sell her house. Jazz, come on, baby. Settle down. Settle down. Thank you. Thank you. Settle down. Prayers for all in need. Thank you, Julie. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to get the dogs under control. They're fighting over a toy, of all things. Leo says, it's a year of completion. My intention is to finish my songs and make it available for y'all to hear. Awesome. Yeah, y'all don't usually hear Jasper's voice, but it's a big voice because he's a big dog. He's a dachshund, a big dachshund. All right, so we need to get into our prayer time before we run out of time for the morning show. And thank you all for being here to lift up our family, and lift up all those who are suffering in the world. Thank you, Sally. Prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, the homeless, and all those living in fear of another. And I'm going to ask for special prayers for those high sensitive people that are finding it difficult to go through the issues we are facing today. Yes, and go back into your heart and go back into trust when that happens. And you can send that kind of energy to anyone you know that's really unhinged because of all that's going on, because it's all over the place right now. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry your doggies are getting upset by Jazz this morning, little Jazzy Jazz. So now he's going to try to get a toy of his own. So maybe he will do that and settle down. No, they're fighting over a toy, Perchetta. And they have a bucket full of toys. Yesterday I picked up the whole room was full of toys on the floor. So they're now bringing them all back out and fighting over one toy. Can I have that? Can I have that? Thank you. I got the toy. No more fighting over this one. Whew. All right. Okay, I don't see any more prayer requests. Let's remember Michael's and his family as he lost his mom yesterday. And remember all of those going through grief and loss right now. All right, so let's go into our hearts. Let's ask in our angels, asking them to join us for this moment of just being together. We call on Raphael and the beautiful healing energy Raphael brings forward with his healing angels. Archangel Michael, we call on you for safety and protection, especially for the country of the United States, undergoing the vicious attacks that are happening right now. We ask Archangel Gabriel to help us see more clearly and to understand that going into our heart and trusting is the best way to live right now. And Archangel Uriel, we ask that you bring balance and centeredness to all of us. Help us to feel safe and secure as we ground into Earth's energy. And let's do that. Just take a breath in and feel the energy traveling down the length of your body. Just see it going out the bottom of your feet and down into the earth plane, down to the very core of Mama Gaia. And just feel that hug as Gaia holds you, as she lets you know that she's taking care of you, she's nurturing, she's helping you to feel balance. And then exhale. So many times, in times of turmoil, we hold our breath like we're waiting for another shoe to drop. So just exhale. Let's all exhale together right now. Breathe that breath in and let's do it again. Now bring your energy back up from Gaia, back up to your heart, and anchor it there in your heart. And in that beautiful heart space, we're filled with compassion. We're filled with love, with wanting the very best outcome for everyone. So let's lift all those prayers together. Everyone that's on our prayer list, everyone that needs some special attention right now, the animals, the people in our lives. Let's just lift them up, the places on our earth plane. And we ask for all of these prayers to be seen by the Creator and to be answered for the best and highest good of all. May we all be blessed in this moment that we have. This is our forever moment because each moment is all we have. So stay present, stay in that moment as we hand the prayer requests over, as we lead them with the Creator, and they're no longer a burden on us, but we can go into trust and faith and believe that they are all seen and acknowledged, and that the answers will come. Maybe not the answers we expect or the way we expect it, but there will be answers when we lift up our prayers. And we thank you, God. We thank you, Jesus. We thank you, Divine Mother, and Kuan Yin, and all ascended masters and angels. Thank you for guiding us and for loving us. Thank you for the help that we have from Spirit. Amen. Now let's just love on each other. Let's have a love fest that we do every day. And I know some of the animals are not liking the voices they're hearing, but I have the toy that was being fought over, and so now they're trying to get it from me. They're barking at me. All right, so Sally started us off. I'm going to turn off the birds and get Leo singing to us. And we can get on with this beautiful Friday. Thank you. I love you.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on, come on.
It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me.
Thank you, Michelle. So much love to you.
We create a world where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you,
Oh,
namaste.
thank you, Blue, for sending Reiki to Scooby. Thank you, Pachetta. Stop. Stop.
Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always
Blue.
hot, and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to
And
blaze.
Catherine, please give Michael our love and tell him that we're lifting him up today.
Love always is the winning team, and you can side with us. There is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot to get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you,
I love you,
namaste.
namaste,
Full
y'all.
of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Love joy. Oh, hi, Pocky. Thank you, Leo. You got the bases covered there, Brandy. I love that. Oh, you go, Annie.
There's no secret. We simply accept,
Step,
align,
align, allow.
AAA out. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily
You're right, Auntie Jean. That's what it feels like sometimes, doesn't it?
Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Oh, sweet Gizmo. Squirrel's back. Oh, Grayson, I love you so much.
Joy. Give me a cup of joy.
Woo! Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Peas. I love you. Thank you for being you. And tomorrow we have a peace meditation at 1:11 p.m. Eastern Time and a healing circle right after that for anyone who might be interested in joining in that. And I'll be on the road after the healing circle tomorrow to go down to see my friend Dr. Don Baker and get checked out by him. So it's going to be an interesting road trip. I'm trying to decide if all the dogs are going with me or if I can only take the puppy. We'll see what happens. Whatever the angels tell me is the right thing to do. But it'll be interesting traveling with animals in the car. So take care, everyone. I love you so much. Stay in your heart, stay blessed, and thrive in 25. That's our motto, and it's going to be a year of joy.